Length unit. To get to our length unit, first we're going to go up to our Manage tab. We're going to go to Settings panel, and we're going to go to the Project Units. In the Project Units, we're going to go to the Length button, and we're going to click right on where it says Format of Length. We're going to click left click right on this button, and it's going to bring us up to a dialog box then that will set the format for our length of units. The default is feet and inches in this particular template. If I hit the down arrow, you can see I can have any kind of an option. I can go decimal feet, feet and inches, fractional inches. We can go decimal inches, fractional inch. We can go into the SI metric system in meters, decimeters, centimeters, milliliters, centimeters. And depending on which one we pick, we get different options come up down below. Let's start with feet and fractional inches. This is the most common one. This is going to be 6 feet and 7 inches, let's say. The rounding is going to say, what are we going to round it to? How accurate are we going to build this building? Typically speaking, a carpenter probably builds a building to within a near 1/16 of an inch or 1/8 of an inch. But in commercial, we try to go a little bit more accurate. And in Revit, it's a little better to go a little more accurate than it is inaccurate. So the default value is 1/32. So typically we'll choose that, or we might even go up to 1/16. But I don't like going to 1/8 as much in Revit is more. I like to be a little more accurate so it can give us better quantities, etc. So we choose our rounding off value. How accurate do we want to be? Then down below we get some options. Do we want to suppress 0 feet? So in other words, if it's 6 inches, we don't want it to say 0 feet 6 inches. If that's the case, we'll check this. If we're okay with having 0 feet 6 inches, we'll leave it unchecked. When we use digit grouping, that's when we have groups of 3, like 1 million is 1, comma, 0, 0, 0, comma, 0, 0, 0, etc. So digit grouping is when we group things with a comma by 3. Suppressing spaces is we'll take all spaces out of any numbers and we'll jam all the numbers together. So typically what we're going to use is we're going to go with feet and fractional inches for most of our projects. We're going to round off typically to a 1/16 of an inch. And yeah, we're going to suppress 0 feet because most people don't want to see 0 feet 6 inches. They just want to see 6 inches. So that's mostly what we'll use. However, if we go with a metric building, we want to build, say, in a metric measurement, we might want to build in millimeters. Okay, and then we get the rounding off just like we would if we want to go to the 1/16 or an 1/8 inch type thing. And we can put a unit symbol like a millimeter that will go after everything so everybody knows it's a millimeter. And we can suppress the trailing 0. So if it's just 1 millimeter, we won't go 1.0000, etc. And also we can use digit grouping with a common. So this would be a common on the metric side to use digit groupings. Not everybody uses digit groupings, but most people suppress the trailing zeros, like we suppress the 0 feet in the US Imperial. So for us, for most of our classwork, we're going to use feet and fractional inches. We're going to round off to the 1/16 of an inch typically, and we're going to suppress 0 feet, and we'll say OK. And we have just set our length unit.